You know, it's really hard to believe that it's already time to start planting the fall garden. Doesn't seem like summer really lasted all that long, but then again, it's still around 90 degrees out daily. So I'm going to show you how to plant carrots today because they can be kind of a tricky thing to get started, especially in climates where it's just so brutally hot because the seeds are so small. You can't really bury the seeds because they don't have the energy to break through the soil. They are that small. And if you just scatter them out on the surface of the soil, then the soil is going to dry out and they need to stay moist so they germinate. That's where this little tip helps, especially in places where the sun just beats down all day, even in the fall. So for this, you're going to need some wood. Doesn't matter what size, just however big you want your planting area to be. I do a bunch of smaller pieces just because my carrots end up being scattered around throughout my garden, little patches here and there instead of just one giant patch. Start by watering your planting area really well because that's going to be the last time it gets watered for quite a while. Then we're going to take our board and lay it in the spot where we're going to be planting our seeds and just kind of push it down, level the soil out a little bit, and make it a good imprint of where the seeds are going to go. You can make just very, very, very shallow channels. We're not going to be filling these in. This is just to create rows. This is entirely up to you. You can sprinkle the seeds around without making channels, and that it won't really make a difference. Look at these carrots I'm planting. I haven't tried these before, but I'm so excited. Can you just check out that color? Holy cow. We're going to take some of our seeds and lay them in the channels. Try not to crowd everything out too much. It's a little tough to do because those are tiny seeds. We will have to go back in and thin later once they sprout, but for now, just try to space them out as best as you can. And once you've got all your seeds placed, you're going to place your board over top of them, making sure it's got good contact with the soil. So really push it down in there. And then we leave it there unbothered for 5 to 7 days. And now that wood will trap the moisture in the soil and keep those seeds from drying out because that is your nemesis here. You do not want your seeds to dry out. Once they dry out, they'll never germinate. In about 5 to 7 days, we're going to check under the board, see how things are going. They don't need light to germinate, but they do need the heat and the water. In 5 to 7 days, we're going to lift that board up and we'll likely see a bunch of little white sprouts. They'll look really pale and stringy because they haven't had any sunlight the entire time they've been above the surface. And once you get a good amount of germination, we can remove the board entirely and just make sure we keep that area really, really well watered for the first week or two until they really get established. Because that board's on there locking in all that moisture, germination is a lot more successful, especially here in South Carolina where we have the sun beating down and it's still 90 degrees every day. Everything still dries out so fast. I hope that little bit of advice helps you as much as it did me because I really struggled in the beginning. Fall's right around the corner. If you haven't already, better start thinking about what's going in the ground. Well, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.